Oh, so you know those people that make fantastical claims like do this and do that and your life will be different, drastically. They just sound too fantastical. Well, I'm going to make a fantastical claim. I am going to claim that the reason why your life is such a mess, which is no fault of your own, but you can do something about it, is because you get bored easily. You easily get enticed and you never really sit down to just be content with the small things that are there, the small cues, the small little bitty details that, unlike any other video game, that life actually details. And what I'm telling you is, once I realized this, I actually became sort of, my friends think I'm some sort of a freak. What am I talking about? I don't get bored simply because I don't think that there's anything better to do than what I'm doing at that time. So, for example, I'm making a YouTube video right now. I don't think there's anything better to do than what I'm doing currently. And so I give myself to this and become some sort of a maniac just rambling and rambling onto the phone in the hope that one day somebody will come across this and said, "Oh, I've also recognized the same thing. I'm happy that somebody says it. I'm gonna try it." And that's all that it is. I'm just somebody who's trying to open the door for you so you can walk through. I'm not somebody who wants to be your mate and we're gonna be friendly together and we're gonna, no, I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not here to sell you a course. I'm simply here to let you know that in life some people somehow get information earlier than others. I met 15, 16-year-old kids that were more mature than me, bro, and more mature than most people. And so if you want to be mature, if you want to not ruin your life, if you want to be someone who is a bit abnormal out there, just a strange individual, then please listen to me. Everything, entertainment, food, whatever it is created to bombard you so you don't rest and chill and kick back and realize that you don't need much. Ideally, a human child, the human animal needs food, clothing, shelter. Food, warmth, shelter. Warmth being clothes. When we didn't have clothes, we'll kill animals and use their skin. Some people in Africa still do it. I've seen it with like cows and cow skin. We get too bored and ruin our life because we are bombarded with things. You can't get bored nowadays. You got your phone with you. You got your video games. You got your YouTube shorts. You got your TikToks. And so I feel kind of bad for the next generation because if they were to watch somebody just trying to tell them like, "Oh, um, the reason you get bored is because you think that there's something better to do." How they're not supposed to think that there's something better to do when there are our whole society in the West is made up. I always used to tell my brother, bro, the most intelligent people are in what do you call it? IT. The people that create these apps and marketers. The smartest people we have don't work at NASA. They work in marketing firms and they create apps, addictive apps. And these apps are created in such a way that you can't get bored. Facebook was created in such a way that you can't get bored. You remember Facebook in the days? It was addictive. Now Facebook is nothing because we moved past Facebook. TikTok is way addictive than Facebook. But back then, like I'm talking about 2012, 2015, Facebook was addictive as hell. The late 2010s, because it was designed that way. Chamath Payath or whatever his name is, the Indian guy who was in charge of getting more Facebook users, implemented certain psychological propaganda, I would say, or brainwashing techniques, such as targeting your lizard brain. And so someone like Chamath Payath could be rich as fuck because he infiltrated a few people's psyches, psychology. It's that easy. By the way, I'm not against somebody who is a great marketer. I think if you're great at bullshitting and telling stories, by all means, go and get your money. There are always suckers out there in order for you to make your money. I mean, this world is full of suckers, so I don't even know why some people work labor intensive unless you enjoy it. But the whole game is you can win the game. It's but it's this very simple, bro. That you begin to forego everything. So I'm not talking about dopamine. We need to do this. That's all bullshit. That's all bullshit, bro. Dopamine detox, all of this. You do that because you think that you're doing something. It gives you a reason to think you're doing something. What I'm telling you to do is simple. Go sit in a chair straight with both arms on your knees. So you're sitting straight, back straight, both arms on your knees, and you just sit there for like 1 minute. Most of you won't be able to do it for 30 seconds. That's the technique here. That's how I did it. I remember the first time I tried not to touch anything. So the TV was off, the phone was off, and I'm just there in the kitchen at the dinner table, sitting straight, back straight, hands on my knees, like straight, and I'm just sitting there. And it's the first time I realized, bro, without trying to sound funny, I realized that I was very, very fidgety, like an addict. That's the same thing you are, like fidgety, like an addict. My mind began to think, should I go outside? What is this friend doing? Is my friend at home? Is this guy, oh, would he be free today to go do this, go do that? What is this girl doing at this moment? I was beginning to think what other people are doing just so I can go and be with them and escape my boredom. Because whenever I got bored and I realized this, the difference between now and then was that my mind had options, so many options. I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do X, Y, Z instead of just sitting here. Come on, bro. And then once I let go of the options, so I don't hang out with people as much, I stay at home. Sometimes if I want to go see a girl, like today I'm going to go see a girl, we're going to kick back, go get a telly. We're going to go chill at an Airbnb or a hotel. And it'll be nice, it'll be fun. And for the next 2 weeks, I probably don't want to see anybody, bro. Like, I would just be content with myself, go to the park, walk around. The reason you get bored is because you think there is something better to do. And so, whatever you're doing at that time, you're always trying to escape. You're always trying to escape yourself. And so, you're in this weird loop where even though you would prefer, doing that thing you set out to do and to get rid of your boredom, the whole thing begins again. That's the game here. You can never ever kill boredom unless you realize that even just sitting there, even talking into a blabbing phone, which I'm going to do for a whole year, teaching you guys some traps that I've been in. These are all traps. You can be abnormal like me. You just don't want to, and I'm not going to force you to. I'm not going to make this more fantastical than it already is. But the human child, you could watch paint dry. You could watch grass grow. Your patience will literally set you apart from most people who are like headless chooks just running around thinking that there's something always better to do than what they are. You are a magnificent achievement. Just, if you don't believe what I'm saying, one day just sit there with both hands on your side and just feel the tingling in your fingers and on your toes or on your feet. And tell me you are not the whole universe. Stop distracting yourself. I even go as far as to say, if it gets to a point where you, right, are content with yourself, then stop watching my videos and go have an amazing time. I have been Petey Kettle Hat, and I will come to you another time with more rambling. Goodbye.